Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, backstage at Berks, catching up with artists scheduled to appear at the 35th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest. Find out about their shows and what's going on in their lives. And if you like this cast, please share it. Thanks for joining me. Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, backstage at Berks, the 35th annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest, Reading, Pennsylvania, and it's March 19th through the 29th, 2026. And right now, we're with the amazing Eric Marienthal, just off of some cruise ships, I gather, right, Eric?
Not long ago at all. Yeah, just getting my land legs back underneath me.
Yeah. Well, you have such a great time and you put together some really, really good cruises with some amazing artists. Really, very good.
Uh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We started, well, we've had the David Foster cruise, we have the jazz cruise, we have the smooth jazz cruises, we have the Chris Bodie cruise, we have the Journey of Jazz cruise, the smooth jazz cruises, of course. So we're busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be busy when you come to Berks. There are a host of things that you're going to be doing. So we're going to tell everybody about that. On that first Friday, March 20th, 6 p.m. at the Scottish Rite, Brian Culbertson is there, and you're going to be a part of that show too, Eric.
I am indeed. Yeah, I'm very uh, honored by the fact that I am on every tune on his new CD. I'm featured on some, and I play. Actually, there's a horn section on just about every song, and I play various woodwinds. Brian plays trombone, and Mike Stever, great trumpet player, who did most of the, if not all of the horn arrangements, played trumpet. So for several days, we were in a studio in LA here and recorded, you know, all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Well, that'll be so much fun. And there's so much energy with Brian, and I think the Berks Jazz Fest horns are going to be there. So it's just going to be energy extraordinary. So Monday, the RMF Jazz Jam. Tell us about that. That's really exciting. That's going to be in the Callow Hill Room at the Doubletree.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I really enjoy about the Berks Jazz Fest is the educational outreach that John Ernesto spearheads, and um, it's always a lot of fun to be able to do that. A large part of what I have enjoyed doing over the years is be involved in education and to see young musicians, want to be involved in jazz music and realize the amount of work that goes into it and be willing to do that is really encouraging for us old veterans, and it really is a lot of fun, you know to work with young musicians and to do that as part of Berks.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's an exciting element of Berks Jazz Fest, that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the different things that are going on education-wise with the younger people too.
Yeah.
On Thursday, we have one of the signature events of Berks, and that's the Chuck Loeb Memorial All-Star Jam. You and Gerald Veasley are going to be hosting it, bringing together all the jazz cats.
Yes, that is a traditional event. It's so great that John decided to dedicate it to Chuck Loeb because Chuck was, such a huge part of the festivals for so many years, and particularly the jam. And so it just puts just such a nice exclamation point on the event. And yeah, Gerald and I have been going back and forth in advance, putting things together. He's been doing it for a long time. I'm just helping out, but Gerald Veasley is the jam cat, so it's always fun. It's the big party. We have a lunch prior to it every year that John Ernesto hosts, and it's one of our favorite parts of the festival.
And you never know what's going to happen, which is the beauty of this too. When you bring together such amazing musicians, and we can find out more about that too if you go to berksjazzfest.com on the website too. Then on Saturday, I believe, Eric, you're going to be playing with Marcus Miller and friends. This is a Signature Cruise Experiences show, right?
It is on the Journey of Jazz cruise, which we do each year. We This past year we did a show which was basically Marcus Miller and Friends. It was sort of the history of jazz show, and it featured Ravi Coltrane on tenor saxophone and Warren Wolf on vibraphone. And so we were recreating that show at Berks on the day you mentioned. And Ravi Coltrane will be there, and Warren Wolf will be there, and I will be there, along with Marcus and his band. So it was a very special show on the Journey of Jazz cruise, and the cruise. Signature Cruise Experiences is sponsoring this concert, so it'll be a particularly fun show.
Yeah, and that's 9:30 at night in the Grand Ballroom down at the DoubleTree. So that'll be party time as well. So that'll be good. Then the next day on Sunday, which is the last day of the festival, I'm really excited about this. It's going to be you with David Benoit and the Reading Pops Orchestra. I talked to David the other day just to get an idea. So give me your take on the magic with this at the Miller Center for the Arts.
Right, it's gonna be fun. I got to do this. Wow, it was a while ago. I got to play with the Pops Orchestra with Chuck Loeb and Brian Bromberg, and it was years ago, and I'm spacing who else. But this year we're gonna play. I recorded the Michael Kamen saxophone concerto that was originally written for David Sanborn, recorded back in the '80s with the London Symphony Orchestra, and I play this with the National Symphony Orchestra and the Czech Republic National Symphony, and I recorded it with the UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas Orchestra, a wind orchestra. And so we're doing the third movement of that piece, which is really exciting. And then we're going to be doing some things with David Benoit, which I get to be part of as well.
Yeah, that fantastic. One of the things that you do on I believe it's an annual basis, High Hopes Head Injury Program. Tell us about that.
Right. This year, if I have my count correctly, this is our 27th annual concert. We've been doing it for all these years. And High Hopes is a national organization based here in Orange County, California. It's a nonprofit organization that has helped for over 50 years now, has helped people who have suffered from traumatic brain injuries, who have either run out of insurance money or run out, their doctors have said, we're kind of done. We don't know where else to go. And they have just created miracle after miracle. And over the years, we've proudly raised over $3 million through the proceeds from these concerts and contributions and things. So it's been a big part of High Hopes, and it's been a huge part of what my band and I and all the many different guest artists who have been part of it for all these years.
So if anyone wants to support that, where do they go? How do they find
They
that?
can go to www.highhopes.ws, highhopes.ws, or they can call. Do I have the number in my head? 949 73360. I don't know for sure, but
We can Google that. Okay.
but the website is better. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that'll be really good. Boy,
I'll
Eric,
have it in my head as we get closer to the summer.
yeah. Yeah. Eric, you are doing so many different things. And I mean, you're always so involved with so many different people, have performed with different people. And I guess I didn't even realize what's called one of your professional career, where it began in 1980, as we go way back. I didn't realize that you were playing with Al Hirt.
Yes, I did. That's going way, way back. But yeah, after I came back to LA after college, I was just trying to, do what musicians do, trying to eat,
Yeah.
right. And so I heard about auditions that Al Hirt was holding in Los Angeles for his new band. And I went to the audition, got the gig, and for the next year lived in New Orleans and played with Al Hirt and his club. During the week, we would play at his club right smack dab in the middle of the French Quarter in New Orleans. And then almost every weekend, we would travel and play concerts around the country. and it was an amazing experience. It was an actual gig, and a lot of my I had friends who were in the band. It was a big band. I was actually playing one of the tenor chairs, and so it was great. That lasted for almost an entire year.
Yeah, okay. And obviously the Chick Corea years were just amazing too. I mean, you've played with so many people, but those years were really great, weren't they?
That's an understatement. They sure were. That lasted a little longer. That band was around for the better part of 35 years, the Electric Band. And yeah, I could spend way more time than we have to talk about the great things about that group. But it was, I always just say that I wish every musician could have the experience that I had in playing with Chick Corea and that group. As we all know, Chick passed a number of years back. Um, but Frank and Dave and John and I have remained very, very close friends. And, that band was kind of literally a family.
Yeah.
We were, part of each other's weddings, and our kids knew each other and know each other, and all that. So it was, it was just one of the most magical experiences you could ever imagine.
Yeah. Life is good. Well, speaking of families, that's kind of what it feels like when you come back to Berks too, doesn't it? Because, I mean, the people that come to Berks is the attendees, also the volunteers. Everybody is so warm, so friendly. And since you're going to be there from the get-go to the very end, people will be able to sit down and say hi to you as you're going through the hall, maybe rushing off to another gig or something. It's a good festival, isn't it?
It really, there's nothing like it. I liken it so much to the cruises
Mhm.
because most people I would imagine come from somewhere other than just Reading, Pennsylvania, to
Yes.
be there, and because it goes for the week and a half, a lot of people come for several days and see different shows, and so you're staying there, and so are a lot of the musicians, and so you see each other, on the stage and in the audience, of course, but you see each other in the hallways and the restaurants, and year after year, like you mentioned, it is, sounds cliche, but it is like a family because all the volunteers know each other, the musicians know the volunteers, the musicians know the guests, and the guests know the audience and the volunteers. I mean, and the artists, and all that. So yeah, I even know the staff almost by name, that behind the counter at the DoubleTree. I mean, it's
I bet you do. Yes. Yes. So it's going to be so much fun, and we want to invite everybody to join us for as many shows as possible. And there are quite a few. And to get tickets, all you have to do is go to berksjazzfest.com. Thank you so much for taking time today, Eric. And I really look forward to seeing you and especially hearing you at the festival this year.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you for your time, and looking forward to seeing you as well.
11 exciting days of concerts, jams, and more. Tickets are on sale now. For the latest artist, venue, and scheduling info, and for tickets, visit berksjazzfest.com.